This is my 2016 Hawk four-wheel camper. This video I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the camper and show you all the features that it has. Starting on the outside, it has an 8-foot long awning. There's also two different compartments that are accessible here. There's the fridge vents. The lower one opens, the upper one is fixed. And then there's the propane storage cabinet. There's two different propane tanks, so you can remove and fill each one separately, but also, you know, kind of when you're running out of propane, when your first tank is gone, you need to start looking for another tank. On the side, we also have an LED light, and then on the bottom, there are these LED lights that provide indirect lighting. On the back of the camper, there is LED floodlights, one in each corner, trasharoo for carrying around trash outside the rig, and then some steps to climb up to the roof. There's also an electrical connection for a portable solar panel. On the other side of the camper, the same LED lights, top and bottom. There's the water heater, the water fill for the water tanks, and the furnace port. There's also the power outlet for charging the batteries, and the exterior shower. And on the roof, we have the Yakima rails for mounting the roof rack. We've got an aluminum crossbar that was custom made for hauling the paddleboard. The 200 watts of solar to 100 watt panels, and the fantastic fan vent. Setting up a four-wheel camper is fast and easy. First, you unlatch the 6 different latches around the perimeter of the camper, and then go on to the inside. When you set up the roof, you have to leave the door open, as creates kind of a vacuum effect. You push up the back of the camper first and secure it, and then you move to the front of the camper and you push it up. The technique used for pushing up the camper can vary. Once the camper roof is set up, you can detach the bungees that hold in the side when the camper is compressed. There's one on each side, and you're done. And there you have it. The camper is set up and ready for use. So as we come into the camper, there's a screen door which can be opened separately from the main door, and then you step in. The first thing as you enter the door is the CO detector that's mounted near the floor. Then we've got the switches for the lights on the inside and the outside, and each of them are labeled. And then in this compartment here, there's dual batteries set up. Then going up, we've got the furnace. And in this cupboard, we've got storage. I've built in additional shelving to make things a little bit more organized. This has a drawer for utensils. And this little compartment here is the access for the water pump. You can use it for a little bit of storage, and it also has access for the wiring for the solar charger controller. Then we've got the switch for the water heater, and we've got the furnace thermostat, which is a digital thermostat. And then down here is the charge ports for USB, as well as 12 volts socket style charge. Down in the corner, there is the water pump switch, and then the battery level button and the water tank level button. And last but not least, on this side, we've got the panel that has all of the circuit breakers and fuses for the electrical system, as well as the main shutoff for all the electrics. Looking above on the countertop, there's the sink and the stove. These are both Dometic recessed units. Very easy to use. And here's the stove, 2-burner stove, gas. Looking at the front of the camper, there's the dinette, and the dinette has a table that swivels, and you can have it in really any position you'd like. Underneath each of these cushions, there's more storage. This is really ideal for putting clothes and stuff like that. You can see the water lines that go to the water tank. The water tank's actually located underneath this little storage compartment here, and sits basically on the floor at the lowest level. On the other side of the dinette, we have a very similar setup with additional storage. It's great for clothing storage. Over here is the rod for the awning, for cranking out the awning. And then on the other side, oh, and behind the dinette here, we also have windows, so they open up. This side it has an awning style window, and this side has a slider style window. And then you've got the overhead bed. The nice thing with the Hawk model camper is it allows enough space here that you can leave your bedding on there. And I've just used it with this one mattress, so it's about 48 inches wide and it's just over 6 foot long, so it works really well. And it's nice because you can close the top with the bed fully made up, which makes it really simple. You do have to put your pillows down off of the bed, just put them down here on the bench, and it allows for very little setup. Each of these windows open up, and there is also the liner. So this is their the thermal pack. It allows a little extra insulation to help with the winter time. You've got this inner cover, keeps it dark inside, and then you can either just let light in, or you can open it up and have it be vented, and you can see that it goes to a screen. Now on the roof, there's LED lights. There's 3 different light bars, and each of them have individual switches to turn them on and off. And then there's the Fantastic fan, which is great. So it just has a crank up that lifts the cover off it, and then it has a 3-speed option here to turn it on. And then there's a switch here to turn the direction if you want it to blow in or suck out, either way. There's a smoke detector, and then on this other side here, we've got, well, I guess in the back, there's a mirror. And then there's this great storage cabinet. This is ideal for all the cooking utensils, anything used with the stove, because you do have to have the top up to use the stove, and you can't access this without the top up, so kind of an ideal situation. There's a ton of cabinetry coming down here. Lots and lots of room for storage. This lower cabinet can be used also for storing a cassette toilet. I've just used it for storing food and other supplies. This is another storage cubby. Use this for all the toiletries. It's pretty ideal for that. And then underneath the dinette, there's a flip-up storage that is great just for odds and ends, shoes, that sort of thing. Then we've got the isotherm refrigerator, which is a compressor fridge that runs off 110 and 12 volt power. You can see it has a small freezer compartment at the top, which is excellent. It's full depth, which gives it a good amount of space. And then it has storage in the door and lots of storage in the main body, ample for 2 weeks or more of food supplies. That's the tour of the 4-wheel camper. Thanks for checking it out with me. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them below, and be sure to subscribe for my other videos.